Hi and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time joining, my name is Rachel and I blog over at thislovelylittle.farmhouse.com. And today I wanted to give y'all a quick little 2-week update on our little baby James and just fill y'all in on some of the craziness that's been happening. So he is 2 weeks old. He was 2 weeks old yesterday, and life has been crazy since he was born. First off, his big sister was so excited to meet him. She loves him to death. It was so funny, and my mom actually videoed it when she met him for the first time. She was like a broken recorder, and she still is all the time, but she just kept saying, "That's my brother. That's my," what she said, "That's baby James. He's so cute. That's baby James. He's so cute. I love him. That's baby James. He's so cute." It was so adorable. She just on and on and on. I mean, like, she did that for probably at least 20 solid minutes. But she loves him so much. She's always kissing him and rubbing him. And when he's sleeping in his little bed, she'll give him her little puppy or her little bunny to sleep with, and she wants to cover him up, and so she loves him. I'm enjoying it now because I know it's not going to last. I know as soon as his little hands get some control and he can start grabbing those toys, she's going to be squealing and throwing a fit because he's taking them. But I'm enjoying it right now because it is adorable, and she loves her little brother. She's so sweet with him. And she's very helpful too. She can go run and grab me things. But anyway, so that's going good with the sibling so far. So for the last 2 weeks since we got home, we have been dealing with jaundice. A few days, probably 2 days after we got home, I noticed that he was looking very yellow. I went outside with him and really noticed when I went outside because we had been inside the whole time. And so I called the doctor and told him I was really concerned. We got an appointment for the next morning at 8 o'clock and went, and his numbers were high. So he checked them with, like, they have this transdermal little light thing that they can check out their skin. And so his numbers were high. So the doctor sent us straight to the hospital to get a blood serum test done to see, because the light is not as accurate as the blood test. So he sent us to the hospital to get the blood test done, thinking that they were going to admit us to the hospital to put him under the light. So it was pretty high. So we went, did that. They didn't end up admitting us after we stayed down there because we had to stay down there for the results because we live an hour away. We stayed for an hour or an hour and a half until the results came back, and he told us we could come home, but he wanted us to get another test done the next day. So then we had to go back to the hospital the next day, get another test done. Poor baby. It was like a little pincushion. Wait another hour. They sent us home again. So every day except for one, for the first week and a half, we were either at the doctor's office getting his levels checked or at the hospital getting his levels checked. It was crazy. We were exhausted completely from going back and forth to the doctor, back and forth to the hospital. And, worried because his jaundice levels were still high. They weren't to the criteria of being admitted to the hospital, but they were high enough to be worried about. So the doctor, we finally, 2 days ago, Friday, a couple of days ago, we finally got released. They said that his levels were down low enough to not worry about it anymore, and we didn't have to keep getting it checked, which I was so thankful for because the poor baby, it's been pretty traumatic. He's been getting poked on all the time, blood tests, and, that's traumatic. Even though it's over quickly, it's still traumatic. So I was really thankful that we didn't have to deal with that anymore. I am still keeping an eye on it just in case for some reason, his levels did go back up, but he is much less yellow than he was and looking a lot better. He has been sleeping a lot. I mean, newborns obviously sleep a lot, but the doctors, both of the ones that I saw they asked, does he sleep a lot? Does he fall asleep nursing? Because that is a symptom of jaundice, is sleepiness and tiredness, not being able to stay awake nursing and all that kind of stuff. So he has been doing that. I'll be curious to see if once he doesn't have any jaundice at all, if he doesn't sleep as much. I kind of hope he does because he's so easy. He eats and he sleeps. But anyway, so he's doing much better now, and we actually have gotten a little bit of rest. We haven't had to be gone every single day. And I'm so thankful for my mom. She has been a lifesaver. I don't know what we would have done without her because we having to get up and go to the hospital and the doctor and all that stuff. She kept Mary Emma a lot for us so that, because we can't take her in anywhere. They won't let you take an extra child into the doctor's office or to the hospital or anything like that. So, very thankful that she has come helping us so much. It has been wonderful. So, for his sleeping, he actually sleeps pretty doggone good, way better than the first one did. He sleeps, I have a little rock and play right next to the bed, and he sleeps in it most of the time. There have been a few times that I've had him over here with me because he just wouldn't stay asleep unless he was touching me or right next to me. How do they know? I want to know how they know. But he sleeps for about 2 hours minimum. He'll go at nighttime when I lay him down. He'll go for 1 4-hour stretch, and then he wakes up and nurses, and then he'll go for another 2 or 3 hours. So pretty good. Pretty much, depending on what time we go to bed, which it's been around 10, only getting up one time during the night, which I am totally okay with. I hope he stays that way because we're at least getting a little bit of rest. So he is nursing like a champ, regardless of the fact that he had a tongue and lip tie just like his sister, which we had revised at 10 days old. So he has had them fixed already. But his tongue is still not doing the right thing. His latch is very painful. When he latches, it hurts. It kind of gets better as we go, but it does still hurt when he latches. But he's still nursing really well. He's getting lots of milk, and he actually has gotten back past his birth weight, so that's really wonderful. He is getting lots of milk. He is past his birth weight. And so for the tongue tie, we did have it fixed, and we will be starting therapy this week. This week we'll be starting therapy, which I am really excited about. I'm not excited about the therapy part because we'll have to go back and forth to town every single week, and we'll have tons of exercises to do and things like that. But I'm excited for the chance to hopefully get his tongue doing the right thing early and avoiding all of the nursing problems that we had for Mary Emma, because her tongue, even though we did the therapy, she was older when we got her ties fixed. She was 2 months old when we got them fixed, and because we just didn't know anything about it. If you don't know anything about ties, I will link to the video I did about tongue and lip tie, because it is a very common problem that a lot of first-time parents have no clue about. And a lot of parents in general don't, unless it's something that you've dealt with and just dug and dug and dug until you found some answers. So I'll link to that video if you're interested to go hear about it. If you have breastfeeding problems or know someone's having breastfeeding problems, that very well could be the reason why. But we will do therapy and hopefully get things going right so that we don't have all those problems this time, because I am really enjoying nursing. I hope that we can do it for quite a while. Also, I'm so thankful that I did a couple of days of crock pot freezer meal prep before he was born. And I had a bunch of meals in the freezer that just are dump in the crock pot, turn it on, and that night you have supper. I'm so glad that my mom convinced me to do these crock pot meals, because they have been wonderful. Even Eric can just dump them in there and turn it on. So that's been great. We've had fresh food, even though we're not getting a lot of meals brought to us because of all this virus stuff. But it's been wonderful to have those crock pot meals. And yeah, so the last 2 weeks have been crazy. They finally are settling down a little bit. I am really just in shock and amazement at how different the last 2 weeks have been compared to the first 2 weeks after Mary Emma was born, because the first 2 weeks after she was born, I don't even hardly remember. It was bad, and I feel normal right now, pretty much, other than being tired. But yeah, so even though it's been exhausting and all that with the jaundice and everything, I'm so thankful for where we are this time compared to where we were last time. So that is our little 2 week update. Jamie is doing good and he's growing like a weed. I can't believe it's been 2 weeks already. It's insane. But we will, I'm sure, have more updates coming as he gets bigger and starts doing things and changing and all that good stuff. And I'll keep y'all updated on the therapy too if you're curious about that. So thank you for joining today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. We the